Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to bdaCHAT number 4. We have reached, sorry it's taken so long to get this one off the road, or out there into the wild, simply because it's very busy here at BDA, and schedules have clashed, and so forth. It's taken a little longer than we would have hoped to get this one out. So this month we're talking all things inspiration, what inspires us in our everyday lives, what inspires us in our job. And joining me on the bdaCHAT this month, we didn't think he was going to make it. We thought, what are we going to do? He popped out to get pizza from Domino's, but he's back just in time.
Absolutely,
It's
of course
Mr.
I can't
Rockford.
miss this one.
Yeah,
Hello.
Are you here to stay on the podcast?
I'm here to stay on the podcast.
You're staying.
For all those that are worrying, I am here to stay on the podcast.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Also, we've got Camilla Shuckborough from our content team.
Hello.
And from digital, we've got Mr. Robert Humphries. No, sorry.
That's two podcasts you've done that on now.
Yeah.
It's the Robert.
Yeah.
Just call
It's always
It's
just
okay,
Rob.
I'm good with it. I'll go
It's
with
just
it.
Rob.
Hello, everybody.
Rob
I'm
Jarvis. So, let's kick off with our interesting facts, our news tidbits. Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Has everyone had a good month? How's April been so far for
It's
everyone?
been alright.
It's quick.
Mine's been inspirational.
Really quick.
Inspirational for me. And I've got new PCs turning up. Literally, DPD Courier Boy is turning up with 2 hulking great big 4K machines that are going to increase my render times. Inspirationally.
In fact, though, talking about everyone's April, what I like about April is the weather starts to turn. We had that really hot weekend.
It does.
And talking about inspiration, don't we all feel a bit better when the sun's out?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although I do feel
I'm
that
feeling
was
a
our
bit
summer.
fatter due to all the Easter eggs that I keep eating, but my max 30 regimes are doubling,
Well,
so I just keep.
maybe the summer coming should inspire you
It should inspire me to
to work out more.
work out more. It should indeed. So, anyway, on that note, who's going to go first? Rock us off.
I will go
Go on.
first. I'm going to go first.
You-
I've got
this is your two news bits.
that
Oh, that's
I
why
might
it's
not
so
say
good.
them
News items for the
both. I'll
month.
just see how I feel.
Yep.
So the first one was Google Home has been released,
What's
which is
Google?
good.
What's Google? What is
it
Google
looks
Home?
pretty.
I
It
don't
looks
know what it
nice. It looks better than Alexa.
What is Google Home?
It's like a voice assistant, isn't it? So, okay, Google, what's the weather like today? Well, the weather is. It's that kind of thing. So Google Home has been released.
I prefer that to Alexa.
Yeah.
Why
I
do you
don't
prefer
like
it?
the name
Just the
Alexa.
name?
No, because
I wish I could change it as a
You can-
user
you can call it Echo.
and name it something that I like.
You
But
can. Can you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can't. But anyway,
I always think that, but I think that's the thing is that you've taken it from the internet. You ask Google, so Google, how do it's text with a text field, but Google, how do I whatever you're searching for? Then it's exactly the same now with just voice. It's like Google, how do I do this? Or Google, what's the weather? Or Google, what's the currency conversion of a pound
you're
to a
not going
dollar?
to go Amazon. What's the...
You don't go Amazon, but it's
They've
that Google though. It's asking Google.
Mm.
Alexa's just that. I don't know.
Doesn't fit as well.
Well, plus I think it puts a
good thought.
personality on. Whereas Google could be anything. It could be male, female,
Yeah.
anything you like really. How does it answer you back then?
So
Is it female or male?
let me use this as an example. So Burger King had a little bit of a fail
Oh,
on Google
yes.
Home. I don't know if everyone saw
Yeah.
it, but
No.
Burger
Yeah.
King created an advert that's 15 seconds long on TV. And they were like, we want to tell you how good our Whopper Burger is, but we don't have time because it's that good, so we're going to, let your Google Home do it. So they say in the advert, okay, Google, what is the Whopper Burger? And what they've done is they've linked it to Wikipedia. So Burger King have gone on Wikipedia and they've written a description of what the Whopper Burger is. Now, what they didn't know is that people can obviously change the Wikipedia page. So the moment that ad went out, people were straight on it and they were changing the Wikipedia page. So it was like, Whopper burgers are made of child, like all this stuff that they were changing. So it was like a massive, the worst hamburger produced in the world. Like it was really bad. Burger King went back to the Wikipedia page and rewrote it back again, but obviously it just got worse and worse. So they've pulled the advert. And there
How
was
do you
just a
change
bit
a
of an
Wikipedia
uproar.
page though? I thought
You can, that's the point of Wikipedia.
It's
so
a-
you
it's a-
can go on and you can monitor and
It's a
change and
community-based
add.
platform. So you can add.
So if I want to
your-
go on there and change whoever created Star Wars, I could.
you can.
Yeah, you can add stuff to it.
I could just say it was created by me.
Yep. It all gets recorded. So it all gets recorded
This is
against you
evidence.
as
Yeah.
a user, a part of the community. But you can add and make amends however you seem fit.
I could become instant hatred, or I could remove. I could remove Jar Jar Binks from.
I think that's probably been done.
Yeah, Okay.
But the thing is that a fail or was it deliberate to provoke a response? You don't really know. But that was in the news this week, and I thought that was pretty good. My other one was a Pepsi advert. Don't know if you've seen
I
that.
saw Pepsi adverts.
Kendall Jenner. It was really bad.
I saw the clip on BBC, but that's all I saw.
Yeah, well, they pulled that as well, so they felt like they missed the mark because they had the celebrity as a spokesperson, and they had their culturally diverse, camera-ready cast as well, so everyone looking as they should, and in a story that really trivialised kind of political unrest of our age too. So it caused a little bit of a storm. So Pepsi wrote an apology. They said we missed the mark. We apologise. They pulled all the rollout comms. They pulled the advert from YouTube. Yes, that was in the news quite a lot this month.
I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking about where does everybody stand on the Whopper versus the Big Mac?
Burger
it's
King.
Big Mac
Always a
all the
Burger
way.
King.
Yeah, Big Mac.
Big Mac. They do better chips as well.
No, Whopper is a far better burger.
It's not superior.
No,
No, it is.
There's a reason when you go past Burger King and
Whopper's
McDonald's,
actually
Burger
got-
King's always empty and McDonald's is full.
No, I'd agree with that. Burger King,
But when you break it down to the
but when you actually break it
single
down to
burger, head
burger
to head.
is better. You know.
It's always Burger King for me, I think.
Yeah,
It
the
just seems
Whopper,
more
the Whopper,
Fresh. You can say
fresh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Whopper meat.
I don't
Yeah.
want fresh.
Yeah, but that's the Whopper. The
I want tasty.
Big Mac's just got that sauce that just goes everywhere.
That's it.
I just don't like it. Sorry, so who wants to go? Who wants to go next?
Well, I did have one, but then when I shared it with you, Lee, prior to the podcast, you said it was boring and you yawned in my face. So it's kind of put me off sharing one this week.
Ooh.
Do I say it?
Oh, that's a call out.
Or are you going to yawn?
Well,
Try.
try.
Here we go. It's quite serious and sensible. Expedia, the online travel agent, towards the back end of last year, created their innovation hub. So rather than just having all their developers and marketers on the ground, they created a separate hub where they would experiment with new technologies, which I thought was very interesting. The reason why, because the speed at
Sorry.
it's okay. The speed at which technology is moving. So at the moment, they're currently experimenting with virtual reality. So with their hotels, you can go there, put your virtual reality headset on and explore the rooms, interact with the cupboards, the
Nice.
doors, all those exciting things you really want to do.
Oh yeah, the cupboard doors.
So hopefully they can roll this out because they think there'll be a huge uptake on successful bookings.
Testing the toilet lock door.
So that was one of the
Test
things.
the minibar, couldn't they? Like, oh, what's in there?
Yeah, but
you
you
can have
can-
a look in that.
You can walk out onto the balcony and take in the view. I can see a use for it. But again, you know, it's the accessibility to headsets, to the cardboard headsets, to the 360 videos on the phone.
You could see
And it's
that.
what they're
Oh,
trying to
sorry.
tap into.
Expedia. I was just thinking you could see that on TripAdvisor. But obviously, you wouldn't be on TripAdvisor, be on Expedia. But it's that sort of thing of
Yeah.
previewing in a hotel before you've actually got there.
And the other thing they're doing in the hub at the moment, a big push is actually they're bringing user bases of the booking of their online booking system, and they're using facial recognition technology to see people's struggles and pain points as they're doing the booking process. So then they can change.
So and then I go.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. You know, when their face change, where they're struggling, where they're focusing on something, so it will help them literally reshape the way you book online. That's the aim.
So basically,
So when the price is too high and they go, Gah!
So
Yeah.
basically,
While they're
so
doing it.
now we go to Groupon or Retail Me Not or some voucher code to get a voucher. In the future, we're going to go to Disgust Face, and you're going to have to. There'll be a series of faces that you have to pull in
Yeah,
front of,
and it will pop up and
it
go,
and you'll therefore be valid for a 20% discount, or you know, I'm super happy, and you know, you get a I don't know booster upgrade or something. Nice.
That could be where it could go, yeah. But at the moment, it's just purely
I
internally.
want to book that
they're
website. It should be the
testing
Jim Carrey facial dictionary of codes.
it. We don't talk about Jim Carrey anymore.
But
He let himself down.
Mr. Plastic Face. No, Jim Carrey. How did Jim Carrey let himself down?
It's, you know, the whole scandal with his.
oh yeah, that was bad.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that.
we'll
Yeah, Google
avoid
it.
that.
Yeah, it's
Pulse scandal.
bad.
Oh, okay. Don't know anything about that.
Anyway, we'll move on from that. But yeah, so I just thought, you know, and a lot of companies are going that way at the moment. Innovation hubs, looking to push the boundaries, move forward, do things differently, look for new approaches. And it's good to see someone like Expedia, who are the most popular online travel agents, really trying to move things forward.
I like Expedia.
Was it boring, Lee?
I don't know. It wasn't boring. I don't use much of Expedia though.
No.
Do you use much of Expedia?
No.
Seems quite old-fashioned now. I don't know. That's my perception. of it.
TripAdvisor, Airbnb.
Well, I don't even use TripAdvisor. Well, TripAdvisor you can book, but I never use TripAdvisor to actually book. Did you use TripAdvisor?
Well, because it takes you through to like the
It gives you the options,
booking.coms
doesn't
and-
it?
yeah.
But I think booking holidays is still quite behind the times, really.
Yeah.
Because you still go through. Well, for me, I still go through Thompson, but or wherever. But I know it's like my sister. She'll just tries to direct everything. So, oh no, I'll go direct to the hotel, or I'll go direct to the airline, or I'll go direct to that. She seems to get it cheaper, whereas I'm just lazy and go, oh yeah, there we go, book it and done. But Rob, have you got anything that you want to share with us from around the world of?
Yeah, I've got a new app.
Oh, yeah.
What is your new app?
My new app is called
Oh, no,
Snatch.
I know what this
It's
is.
taken over my evenings. It's
Actually
brilliant.
excited about
it's,
it.
Snatch?
Yeah, it was launched towards the beginning of this year. It's an
app called Snatch.
It's an app called
This is what
Snatch.
my response was.
It's if you think Pokemon Go meets Groupon, this is what Snatch is all about, and it's about you going out into the wider world, finding virtual parcels and packages that you can collect, which reveal prizes to you, and those prizes could be like Now TV vouchers or Eurostar tickets.
So you're just
and things like
wandering
that.
around?
So you're wandering around picking up
packages that aren't there,
that
but
aren't
they're on
there.
your phone.
Yeah, like Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
but-
So you have to hold your phone.
you have
up
to phone and
yeah.
capture these packages in a virtual world. The trick is that once you've collected these packages, you've got 6 hours to hold on to them.
How do you hold on to them? What do you mean by you have to hold
just
your
by
phone?
being in your like phone wallet, essentially. Within that 6 hours, someone can steal those packages.
Or
hence they
snatch
them.
How
from
do
you.
you snatch them?
Well, you look to see who else is in the area and see if they have any parcels,
You just nick 'em.
and then you can nick them.
So, yeah, but if let's say I go into the BDA car park and
Yeah.
there's a parcel in the car park, right?
Yeah.
So then what do? I grab it.
You grab it.
How do
How do I
That-
grab it? How do I grab it?
With your phone through a virtual sort of
Like Ghostbusters.
augmented reality
Like-
on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
What
grab
then?
that parcel. It goes into your store on your phone, and you can store up to 10 parcels at any time.
How do you actually cash out then? To say, look, you can't.
Well, after 6 hours, they're
They're
yours
yours.
to keep.
you have to hold it for
That's
6
6
hours.
6
Hasn't
hours.
snatched it.
Yeah.
So what if someone else comes in 5 hours 50? How do they get it off you then?
Well, they nick it. They can see you as a user within
Tap
that
on it,
area,
and then
tap
it's
on
theirs.
you,
They
and
just
they can
tap on it. Well, you just
steal
tap
the
it back
parcel.
then, don't you?
Well,
What-
it's a random selection which parcel they nick. So you could nick one that has 5 hours to go. You could nick one that has a minute to go. But after 6
Of course,
hours,
you don't know
there's
what's.
hundreds of
You don't know.
parcels.
And then they
what's in
open
there.
up after 6 hours. then?
Yeah, and within those prizes, you can either collect tokens or coins to use in the game, to buy tools to help you defend attacks, or you
Oh
get
my
prizes.
god! It's like Clash of the Clans.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But with-
I'm competing.
It's like a
with
tower
neighbour.
defense. Tower
Yeah.
defense.
There was a neighbour who's been
Neighbour wars.
stealing from us at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so what are you
So
doing?
when we have 10 parcels locked up,
So like
counting
3
down.
a.m. you're on your phone, alarm goes off.
It's like no. So yeah.
What's the most you've won out of one?
So we've got cocktail tokens for all bar one, Now TV passes, 3-month Now TV passes for cinema
It's clever
passes,
for
stuff like
brands.
that.
Yeah.
But there's
Isn't it?
Snapchat glasses you can win, Steam
Awesome.
vouchers.
I like the sound of
There's
this.
a lot. So it's a
snatch
good
all
way of
his
marketing.
parcels.
Yeah,
Just
I
gonna
know.
sit in the
That's the
office
problem.
next
I've
to
now announced this to a wider audience. Now my competition's
Well,
going
people at BDA, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay, for next month then, what we need to do is we need to see who's got the most, not parcels,
Parcels.
but
Yeah.
who's actually got the bigger prize out of Snatch.
'Cause-
Snatch.
Because I find it interesting. I find it interesting because it's taking that Pokemon Go child game into
Mm.
very
But
adult.
it's stuff that brands already
space.
have out there.
Yeah,
But you're now competing because it's about a game.
yeah.
So they've already got vouchers for free cocktails because
Course
they
they
want
have.
you to go and buy the
Yeah,
peanuts and
yeah.
the whatever.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff already exists, doesn't it? Really. I mean, if you look, it's like
Chuck a few really good ones in there and then you've got
yeah,
people hooked.
it's like that digging. If you dig around enough, you can find a Now
You
TV
always
pass. It's
found
just
it, yeah.
it's just a case of it's just gamification.
It's the
I guess,
gamification
yeah.
of it all. Yeah, but it's good fun and
Nice.
annoying at the same time.
Has it got Brad Pitt in it?
I don't know.
That's the dog. No more accents.
Anyway, yeah,
So
I get
that's my hook for this week this month.
Top tip: if your neighbour keeps stealing packages, scratch their car.
I don't know which neighbour it is.
Scratch both cars.
Okay, fine.
They'll
a
learn.
bit harsh.
School of Hard Knocks.
Blimey. So like mine is I'm slightly addicted to there's a song that's in La La Land. It's called Another Day in the Sun.
You
And
gonna sing it?
no. I wish I no. And basically, if you've ever, I haven't seen. Well, I have seen this particular bit in La La Land, and basically, it talk about how to make a video go viral without. Anyway, so basically, there's a chap called Jacob Stow. I apologise, Jacob, because I'm about to murder your pronunciation of your surname. It's Jacob Staudenmayer, who has basically, through the use of GoPros, has refilmed the scene from La La Land where they all jump out of the car and they all run around on the highway. And what he did is he redid it in an attempt to ask Emma Stone to prom. And at the end of it, he's got a massive billboard that says, "Emma Stone, will you please come to prom?" And the video went viral. It was all over Twitter. It was all over the BBC. And it was amazing. And anyone that wants to just get into video, the way that he's... the amount of people that he's got involved. I mean, I guess it's all school friends and stuff like that. And rather than doing it on a highway, they've done it in a car park. But it's just the attention to detail and the desire and passion to go out and film that, I think, is incredible. And that really inspired me. So, go and have a look. No, in actual fact, no. She sent him a letter.
No.
God, the poor bloke. Not back.
I think actually, she said, "I need a date to prom. Emma Stone would like to come." I think I did have the. She said it was the greatest proposal I've ever received.
But I'm not coming.
She responded, "I can't tell you what on it was.
I'm not coming.
Thanks for the greatest proposal I've ever read. I can't tell you what on it was, but..." And she smiled, but yeah, no, I can't come.
Oh,
That's
Which was really harsh, but then that got me looking into people that actually did go to prom when they were asked. And
Yeah, like Katy Perry's.
Katy Perry went to
done it.
prom.
yeah.
Bieber got asked to prom and went.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift went, but Taylor Swift was through an MTV, I think, commercial.
Oh, was it?
I think, but I think a lot of them were. But apparently,
She should have. Emma Stone should have gone.
I thought it's a perfect
She
opportunity
should have
to
gone.
cash in on the viral video. But it's just you know how people we always get said,
Just go for half an hour.
Yeah.
That's all.
I want to make a
Yeah.
video go
Yeah.
viral. Everyone says to me, "Lee, how do we make videos
I
go
hate that
viral?"
word.
And it's like you can't make a video go viral, but if you put enough of your own sort of, if you do something that's just like
Stamp
no
on
one
it.
expects, and you just think, "Oh my god, look at all the effort you've gone to. That's amazing." And then to do something like ask Emma Stone to prom, it's just like.
yeah.
No, that's
So that
cool.
really
I like
tickled
that.
my fancy this month.
Nice.
So before we get into the just a recap on the obviously everyone's tuned in for the game that we do at the end of our little BDA quiz. Just a recap on scores so everyone knows. You're all on 1 point,
Who's on 1 point?
all of you.
That's tight.
You're all on 1 point. Remember last month,
The pressure.
Rob could have had 2.
Yeah. No, I
What
can't.
happened?
He got
I got
a bit
copy.
premature, didn't he?
He
Just
got a
kind
bit.
of-
He just went wrong. So chat is coming up. The BDA quiz will be coming up at the end of the show.
Okay.
So now we're basically going to bounce into our inspiration. And I think this is going to be a theme that's going to carry through the following podcast, really. Because I think us guys, we want to talk about what inspires us in our everyday lives and therefore what inspires us in what we do. Because there's, in the digital marketing and the creative wisdom that we have here at BDA, it's all inspired by stuff that we do, our day-to-day lives. And our colleagues inspire us, outside work inspires us. And it's always great, I feel, to get together and to talk about what's inspiring us throughout the month. Because it changes. You know, there's so much content out there. There's so much things to get inspired from. And it's not always, in this industry, it's not always by a computer, or it's outside influences that can inspire you. So for me, last month, I took my son to the British Museum because he was doing a thing for school on Egyptians. So we went to the British Museum, and that was just... it was so nice to just actually see... There were so many different parts of that day, from seeing the Egyptians, from seeing the mummies, from seeing the displays, seeing the things that were made centuries ago, and then even seeing some of the architecture that was actually in the British Museum. And then that got me into back to design, seeing some of the one thing I remember the most, and you think, oh, the mummies were great, but the one thing I remember the most was they had these massive banners. They were just advertising. Well, not advertising banners, they were just like signs. And they were huge, and they were draped from the ceiling. And I remember I was just looking at them. The text is basically that they had text at the bottom of these banners, and the banners were just basically describing some of the events or the shows that they had on. And they had so much white space at the top. There was just loads of it. There was nothing on these banners. And I could imagine there would have been a meeting somewhere at design. So, well, what are we going to do with all that space at the top? And they go, well, nothing. That's just the negative space. That pushes your eye down to the text at the bottom. Yeah. And then they were just so lovely to just see these massive hanging banners. And it's not, but it's those little things. And the negative space, the white layout. And it was just really an awe-inspiring day. Just to see, things that were made centuries ago, and B, just to look at the way that the museum was laid out, the literature that was there.
Yeah, I was going to say, even the architecture of that building in places is unbelievable. Like where you walk into the main hall and it's the glass roof.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And where it curves over you. And I've got photographs on my phone when I was there last year. And even that alone, before I started looking at all the different exhibitions.
Well, because it's funny, because you walk in and it's, in all fairness, you walk in, it's quite grotty. The front looks like it's in London, needs to go and do a bit of a clean-up job on it. And then you go through the main door, or literally that first entrance part, and you're in that hallway where everything's like the dome roof and that, and it's just like, oh my God, you didn't expect that at all. It's just like, wow.
But I think it's easy in some respects, coming from sort of creative industry or being within a creative industry, to really pick up on these things. And I find it interesting sort of walking into these places and seeing the reactions of other people, like maybe on my kids or my wife when they go into somewhere and see that, because we kind of get used to, it's like if I'm looking through a magazine, I'm flicking through, and my wife would normally say, "You're not reading that, are you? You're looking at it. I'm studying it. I'm looking to see the design part of it rather than actually reading it." And that's just because that's how I think I'm tuned into looking at stuff in general.
Really
just trying to absorb it and looking around. But walking into places like museums and seeing like your kids being really inspired by something that you kind of, it's a nice feeling. You can actually see that and see that realization of, oh wow, that's awesome. Look at that roof. Look at that. You know. And you can see that, and I certainly find inspiration in loads and loads of different places and through loads of different things. It's not just the web, as you say. It's not just about.
Well, it can't be.
Digital
It has to be from it. I think otherwise you get stale.
Yeah.
Chairs. I love chairs. I've got a thing about chairs and form of chairs and how chairs are made and crafted, and they have one purpose, and that's to sit your backside on them.
Yeah.
But how so many people, so many designers have made so many different chairs for one single purpose.
Can I ask you a question on that? Is it just the overall design, or do you look at the ergonomics of the chair?
It's just the form.
It's just the form.
The form of it, how it's been crafted. You can see some of the sort of the Wagner chairs and the Herman Miller chairs, and how they're crafted with wood. They all perform the same thing. They're not trying to do anything differently, but just make somebody sit comfortably.
People's takes on the design.
Absolutely, and I can look at chairs all day long. That's a bit sad.
I must admit, I
can.
That's chairs for me from today's podcast.
Over the years, I've gone from more like I like a nice wooden chair. Just don't need any cushion.
No cushion.
No, I like a nice.
I like a cushion.
A little
Or a
captain.
throne.
I do. I love those old captain chairs. I love the ones that creak. This is sad. This is really sad. But there's a bit in Back to the Future 2 where the teacher, I can't remember what the teacher's name in Back to the Future 2 is. What's his name? He's bald. God damn it. Anyway, and there's a bit where he's got the sports almanac off of Marty, and he's sitting in his chair, and he goes into his office, and he's sitting in his chair, and he gets out his little hip flask and puts a bit of whiskey in his cup, and he leans back, and the chair makes this really satisfying noise, and you just think, man, that chair looks comfy. I've always wanted a chair like that. That's sad, but anyway.
I think the chairs is just one thing, but I just see it's just seeing those smaller sort of attention to details and stuff like that. The craft.
Well, it's a 10%. Isn't it? I think with most of the things it's always when we first put a draft together, a video. It's always it looks alright. It could be better, and it's those 10% is like going back in and just like you say, maybe turning the angle of a bit of wood or trimming it down a little bit or whatever you're going to do with it.
And I think once you get that eye, once you have that eye for that 10%, you really start to acknowledge sort of the other stuff that's around as well. And
I had this analogy which I thought was really cool for inspiration, and it was like, say you really want a red car and you're looking for a red car. When you then drive around, you see red cars all the time because you're really conscious of the red car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's only once you've got a passion for it that you kind of you see it extensively everywhere because you're tapped into it. That inspiration, you're just tapped. It's in your mind. And I think they were talking about, for inspiration, it's all around you. It's just whether you tap into it or not, whether it's in your psyche or not. It's always there.
Yeah. And
I liked that because that kind of really summarised it. I thought, when you do get obsessed, if you're obsessed about something, so say you're looking for chairs for your house, it's all you'll see. You'll go past the window and you're like, oh, that one. Oh, they've always been there.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that.
That happened to me on the way to Cornwall last year.
What was it?
I went camping, with my mum and my sister and the kids and that. And all along the way, everyone was saying that the Golf we had at the time was too small. And my mum was like, "You need to get a bigger car, Lee. You need to get a bigger car. Where are you going to get all this stuff in?" And literally, every car that passed me was a VW bdaCHAT with a massive, great big one of those things on the
Like
roof
everyone.
the roof
Yeah.
boxes. And I must have seen so many of them.
Yeah.
And they went and got a VW bdaCHat. But anyway.
And I think that's it. Inspiration is very individual, and it's about perception, I think,
Yeah.
on what you're looking for. Always. I look at people. That's what inspires me probably
Yeah.
more. Is people over things sometimes. So we've had a couple. Went to that Brighton SEO event this month, which was really awesome. And there was a guy called Rory Sutherland there. I think
Brighton
he's
SEO. What's Brighton SEO?
It's like the UK's biggest SEO event and pay-per-click event. It was really cool. There were like 4,500 people.
Is it
there.
literally about SEO
It's
being search
free.
engine?
So
optimization,
yeah,
that sort of
and
thing?
they were talking about how you can use Facebook for audience insights. Like, it was brilliant. There was 4,500 people there, and it was rammed. It was great.
And
it's
they put
free.
that on for free.
And
That's
they put that
amazing.
on for free, so
Yeah.
they'll have
Wow.
sponsors and stuff. But go next year. So it was only a couple of weeks ago.
Because
It
it's
was
bigger than
awesome.
SEO. It's all around search.
That's
and
it, and it's about customer perception.
Yeah.
And this Rory guy talks about behavioural psychology, and it was really fascinating. And I'm now a bit obsessed with Rory, and he followed me on Twitter back, which I sent
Look
to
at
Robert.
you, yeah.
And a screen grab of like, oh my God, because I get a bit obsessive when I find someone really inspirational. I want to know if they've written any books. He's done 3 TED Talks. I've stalked him a little bit. He's done 3 TED Talks now, so I've listened to some of those. He was just really awesome. He was just really inspirational.
Has he
And
got a
was-
surname, this Rory?
Sutherland.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Rory
And
Sutherland.
he was talking about Wagamams. He was talking about perception. Rob, you were there at the event as well, and I know that you took a massive interest in it. But it was talking about how it's about changing. You don't have to change the reality. It's about changing the perception. So there was that Wagamama example. You
Yeah, it was
probably
a-
know it better than I do.
Yeah, it was a really good example. Like, he spoke about Wagamamas, so they can't change the reality. The reality of Wagamamas is we cook all the food. It can come out at any time. You might be getting your starter at the end of your meal. You might be getting your main course immediately. But we can't control this. So that's the reality. So what they do is they change the perception. They put that spin on it that it's authentic, it's cooked fresh, and it's
We want it to come to
traditional.
you when it's hot. So it's different times.
So rather than trying to change the reality that this is all going to come out whenever it comes out, it's a bit of a pickle.
and you'll be annoyed as a
And you'll be
customer. You're
annoyed.
like, "Ah."
Actually, you're getting an authentic, fresh experience. So they just change the perception of it. So when you go in there, it's like, yeah, I'm going to get it fresh. It's going to
I'm
be
going to get
hot.
my starter in my dessert.
Yeah, it's all part of the experience.
Ice cream first.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Ending with an Ebigioza. So
Nice.
you're like, But no, it's true. And he spoke about that. And I just thought, do you know what? I love the way keep on hitting that mic. I love the way he just twists everything that you think. You don't think about these little things. But it was really clever from a marketing perspective. I thought he was awesome. I love Rory.
There we go. Get that one out.
Drop the mic.
Rory. Well, it sounds like we need to be going to Brighton SEO next year.
Yeah, do. The tickets are free.
I think generally I find those sort of conferences and speakers inspiring. Anyway, I think we've discussed this before, and just having that.
Some of them are good. Some of them are a bit common sense.
I think it's just reaffirming what I see it as. You either learn or you reaffirm what you already know.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. But there is a lot of, in an ideal world, yes, that's how it would work.
Yeah.
But it's almost like sometimes, working in agency, that is not how.
No, I think there's bits. I see it as like when you go to a spiritualist medium. I don't know if anybody has, if you've done that. And
Have you
they
been
will-
to a spiritualist
no,
medium?
I haven't actually.
No, not fine.
This is based on no facts.
No, they know I'm not going. A little bit of a joke there.
That was really bad.
That's really bad. They will tell you a lot of stuff, and you'll pick up on the things that you want to hear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the same
It's
with
the red
conferences.
car thing as well, isn't it?
Again,
Yeah.
you'll go to these conferences, and you'll find someone. I mean, there's a few people I find really inspiring, and I like hearing them talk, like Paul Barag and people like that, who've got so much experience, and every time they talk, there's something really interesting. But you will still pick out some really key bits that relate just to you and that moment in time within
Or your thought
peers.
pattern, or what you're doing.
And it's just about that spark of inspiration, or that smaller part rather than the big talk in general. I think you can get so disillusioned with a lot of conferences and talks, and they go on. You think you're taking stuff in, but actually it may only be 15.
I saw a really good
20%.
one. There was one about, I can't remember the chap's name, but it was about UI, and he said he just got inspired by he'd take his camera everywhere with him, and he took a photograph. He was in Germany for a talk, and he went into a lift, and the lift just had so many buttons, and they all did the same thing, but you couldn't figure out which button did what.
Yeah.
And he took a photograph of it, and you just looked at it and you think, who would design anything as bad as this? And he was saying that you don't think that there's bad design out there, but there is.
Yeah.
And if you go around and you can see how.
Do you know what that'll
to
be
make
though?
things
That'll
better.
be people from different departments or whatever going, oh, we need a button for that, oh, and that, and that, and that, and then you end up with this Frankenstein kind of creation.
Well, it's whether they're not considering the user first.
Yeah.
And I'm not
They're
to put
considering
my user
themselves.
experience hat on, but it's about a business decision, and the business being, well, we need to get people to all the floors as quick as we can, without actually thinking about, well, how's the user going to interact with this?
And do you know what? That's what really brings me on nicely to what inspires me, and it's watching people. It's not, it's you said people. For me, it's actually watching people. Watching people.
Sounds creepy, doesn't
It
it?
does. It sounds like I'm that creepy voyeur, just about just watching.
Is this like the Stalker? Should we just rename this the Stalker podcast?
But it's watching the way people interact with things. So I'd love a video of watching everyone going into that lift and going, trying to work out what to press, or where you have like walkways and people cut across the grass, because again, it's from point A to B. It's easier, it's quicker, and I just love, and it gives me inspiration when I see, well, actually, that's how people are interacting with that, but that's how they were meant to interact with it, and that kind of helps me carry that through into the work that we do here at BDA.
Yeah.
So it's not so much what people say; it's what people do sometimes that inspires me.
I think
being stalky.
I think that there's always that analogy of the user experiences that people cutting across grass, and I always take that with a pinch of salt, because that's not user experience. That's people avoiding the user experience, because the user experience is not getting your shoes dirty by cutting across the
Nice
grass. And so you got to think, well, how could that journey be better for them? Because the users have determined something is easier, but it's not actually better for them. And yeah, you're right. Watching people and how they use stuff is how we should be inspired to improve their experiences. But I think generally, sort of inspiration itself, certainly from a creativity point of view, it's so diverse. It's so difficult to try and pin down to one thing or another. And I think you can't. I think, as you said earlier, Lee, you can't just take it from the field that you're in. We can't just be looking.
Well,
at...
there's always areas of inspiration within your field. If it be UI, if it be social, if it be web, video. There's the likes of video. There's the likes of Andrew Kramer out there that I, originally got inspired by, who now, did his own video site about just making things blow up in After Effects. Really, he had to make lightsabers, and it's kind of cool really that now he works for Bad Robot, making trailers for Star Trek and Star Wars stuff. So,
are you going to stalk him?
No. But I think there's, or even, I've I think my main inspiration, other than like I said, going out and seeing things or taking new things in, is probably pushing yourself into areas that you're not very comfortable. I find that I think last year we did a BDA Tough Mudder, and for me, I think for me, I found that motivational and inspirational, in that can I achieve it, can I actually go around it, can I actually put myself through that. I wasn't fit enough to do it, so therefore I've got to get fit, and then actually doing it, and then seeing the people come together, in an age where people just want to get their phone out. If you go into any sort of mass area where there's lots of people just milling around, everyone just wants to get their phone out and just ignore everybody. Whereas, and I know it's different, a tough muddy or an obstacle course, but there's nothing more reassuring than when you're running through a forest and you come to an open bit of land and there's a massive concrete wall in front of you, and you're like, there's no way I'm going to get over that. And there's just a couple of guys just like, you don't know if Madam. No. And then they're sitting there on their knees. Go on, then, mate. Yep. Give us your leg. I'll get you up. And they just fling you over, and you're like, cheers, chap. And then that inspires you. Once you get to the top of the wall, that inspires you. Then you think, well, no, I'm not just going to run on. I'm going to reach down and I'm going to pull this other chap up. Yeah. And it's a knock-on effect of. So for me, and I find that sort of stuff for me really inspirational. Just see people come together and do something and push yourself into areas that you've never done.
No, I agree with that. I think it's a lot of times you can't do. It sounds really sort of almost wearing your heart on your sleeve, but sometimes you can't do these things on your own. You know, you need that pool of people to really sort of push you into it, to be inspiring and be inspired as well. And I think, you know, it's certainly coming from being in an agency environment. I think we see that quite a lot, and certainly happening a lot, that people can be inspired just by being around their peers, help them, you know, lift them, pull them along.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what I'd love to do. I mean, I don't need BDA, but I would love BDA to one day just have a role reversal where we all did everybody else's job. Just for one day.
I'm gonna do your job. I wanna
just
do
for
it.
one day. Because the only reason I say that is that this is a complete left field, but I'm trying to learn Taekwondo. My sons do it, and it's the first time I've ever done grading. And so you go along, you do your grading, and my son's done it loads of times because he's slightly ahead of me. And every time I say, Thomas, go do your grading, and you stand in front of it, and I'll sit there at the side thinking, well, he's learnt his patterns, he must be, you know, he knows what he's doing. Come on, Thomas. And I'm like, come on, Thomas, you know what you're doing. And then when it came to me having to do it, I realised how much pressure it actually is to stand there and think, well, I've got to do a pattern. How does it go? And then your brain just completely and utterly, your left and right, just you don't know what they are. And it's just like, oh my God, what am I doing? And it was just so, again, inspirational. It was like, right, well, I expect it. I've put my son through this. I expect him to be able to do it. And then actually, for me to actually do it, realise, oh, in actual fact, there are some processes in this that I didn't quite understand. And I think it would be great for us to actually see how other roles in our industry or within the BDA
how they
can affect what we do.
Yeah.
Anything else for inspirational? Anybody else want to? It's been inspirational, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, if you ever want more inspiration, go pick up a copy of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch.
There you go. There's a plug. We knew it was going to be in there somewhere.
There'll be some sort of game.
There it
The
is.
greatest game ever made. Greatest game ever made.
Right. I thought Last of Us was the greatest
The
game.
Last of Us is one of the greatest games ever made. That is probably second, but Zelda is Zelda, from art style to direction to actually just crafting that entire game and getting it. The latest speed run came in at 49 hours for a speed run. Wow. Actually, another inspirational thing is obviously putting the podcast together every month is really quite hard. And there are a lot of podcasts out there that is basically, why did BDA do a podcast? Because there's loads of podcasts out there and they're really inspirational and I find them a joy to listen to, and you keep up to tabs with the people that are on the podcast. You enjoy listening to them, you enjoy their views. And so putting this together when you start it's hard. It's hard to get something like this off the ground. And what I found most inspirational this month was that there's a chap that used to work here. He's not here anymore. He's gone off doing other things, as things do. But Mr. Adam Watts, he tunes into this podcast, and he texted me, and he said, "Oh, when's the next podcast out?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" It was so lovely to actually hear somebody out there who's actually listening to it.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
This is a shout out for you, obviously. So that leaves us on now.
We'll have a shout out for a second listener next time.
Yes, get in touch for listener number 2. Yes, and we'll give you a shout out. We haven't got any prizes because apparently we can't give away prizes. But anyway, so I think we're going to wrap up on inspiration, which leads us in to obviously BDA quiz. So
here we go.
Here we go. Is everyone ready? Everyone got their quiz answer. Now, just to recap on the quiz, basically what we do is go research a little bit of a slogan, and we try and match the slogan up to the brand. And we may have to change it because I'm slightly running out. It's getting harder to find those slogans, so we might have to.
I can't believe that for one moment.
He'd be amazed.
He's trying to find obscure ones. I think that's what it is.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, so question 1. Okay, so melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Maltesers.
Hang on. See,
What?
you've picked up on where the quiz went wrong last month. Wait for but you're going with that, so that's fine.
No, I'm not going with that.
No, you've gone with it now. You've gone with it now.
Oh,
Your
right,
options
wait for the
are
options.
option A, Maltesers.
Oh.
Option B, Skittles.
Oh.
Option C, M&M's. Or option D, Domino's Pizza.
I've got it. M&M's. C.
Camilla's going with C, M&M's.
M&M's.
What are you doing?
You're going with them. You're going with the M&M's. Yeah. See, he's got a point all round. Yee. Here's M&M's. Okay.
That was a gig.
I think we should take your first answer.
Yeah, I think
though.
we should.
Well,
No, don't
yeah.
get bitter. Stop
Well,
being
it's the way that you launched in there.
I was excited. I was inspired.
Inspired. Question 2. Imagination at work. Okay. Is it A. General Electric, B. Honda, C. Expedia, or D. IBM?
Honda.
We're going with a Honda. We've got a Honda. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Honda.
Can you say them again?
So we've got A. General Electric, B. Honda, C. Expedia, D. IBM.
I'm going to go with General Electric.
General Electric.
Just because I've never heard of this and I've never heard of them.
You never had General Electric?
General Electric.
It's that
No.
beautiful
General
logo.
Election?
No, not General Election. Ooh,
That's
June
another
8th.
topic.
I'm going to go with IBM.
So we've got a Honda. Oh, we've got a real split here. A Honda, a General Electric, and a IBM. It's actually A. General Electric.
Oh.
General Election.
That is a lead of one.
Don't
That is a lead of
say
one.
that as if you
Don't
knew
celebrate that because that
No.
was fluke.
that. Who are they?
Poker face.
Okay.
Question 3.
Is there only 3 questions?
That's 4.
Okay. We've still got time.
Double your pleasure. Double your fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got this.
I know this.
Is it Twix?
Did you come up with all the alternatives?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Okay, go on.
Domino's Pizza? Durex? Or Wrigley's Gum?
Twix, come on. I'm going C.
What was C?
C is Durex.
I don't actually know this
It's
one.
not.
I don't know. Wrigley's gum.
I'm going to go B.
So we got B, Domino's Pizza, C, Durex, and D, Wrigley's Gum.
Yeah.
The actual answer is D, Wrigley's Gum.
Oh my god, I got
what-
such a filthy
Why does it
brain.
double your pleasure?
Because I think, to be fair...
Oh, it was the old rap chew share.
It was... No, well, to be
Oh,
fair...
maybe
to be
Why
fair
did
to
I
you,
think that was C?
it was Wrigley's Gum Double Mint.
Oh, you hid
I
that.
hit the double mint.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it had a double, it would have
Better, I
given
think.
me...
Yeah,
I think you fixed
Okay,
it.
I've got a chance here.
So now we've got a joint lead. Camilla, you're trailing now.
Okay.
Here we go.
So this one's easy, I think. We'll see. Question 4, last one. Impossible is nothing. You say it's easy, but it might... Ooh. Was it A, NASA? Was it B, Adidas? Was it C?
Pardon, who? Adidas.
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 Oh, Adidas.
Okay.
Was it C, Toshiba? Or was it D, Jaguar? Or Jaguar? Or Jaguar?
Konnichiwa.
I'm going to say Toshiba.
Oh, Toshiba.
Toshiba.
Toshiba. That's my best.
What
Klingon.
was it again?
Best
What was
Klingon.
the line?
Toshiba. Yeah, sorry. Oh, do Klingon. Sorry. Impossible is nothing. Is it A? What is it an acronym of NASA? Is it National Economics, National Aerospace, and no, I don't know.
Yeah.
NASA. B, Adidas. C, Toshiba, or D, Jaguar.
I'm going to go with B. Adidas.
I'm going to go with D.
Jaguar. You were you?
Toshiba.
Toshiba.
Ooh.
Oh, the split. Camilla. Clawed it back.
Yahoo!
So we're all tied again.
Tied again.
Look at this. You can't write.
Can I drop the
This is
mic and
fixed.
leave now?
This podcast is fixed. Anyway, so yeah, everyone's tied at 3 points each, I believe.
Lovely.
Lovely. Well done. Thank you very much. So,
Oh,
So-
thanks Rob Humphreys for coming.
thanks Rob for coming. Unfortunately, something happened very strangely. I think I closed my laptop. I'm going to blame the new BDA sign for presenting you with the sign and then closing the laptop, which caused the end of the podcast to go a little bit skew-whiff. So, this is a little segment at the end of the day. It's end of Thursday. To basically just say, thanks for listening, guys. Rob has had to shoot off. I think he's got a pizza waiting. So, yes, and we shall see you all next month with more inspirational tidbits,
Yeah.
creative wisdom, digital
Stuff.
stuff.
Lovely.
Lovely. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.